Hi everyone, Nikki here. This is my third time doing the video. The first time I made a real balls up of it. I just kept getting all my words muddled up. The second time wasn't too bad, but then my camera decided it was going to just have a meltdown on me and lock up and not record anything. So third time lucky. I really hope so, and if I make any mistakes or sound a real plum in it, then tough, because I'm not going to sit on the floor even though the floor's fairly comfy again. So here I am with my first ever crochet video. I have also set up my Etsy shop mainly for crochet items. I might put other things I make on there like cards and some jewellery, but I thought I'll give crochet a go first, as at the moment I'm really loving my crochet. It's actually taken over from my card making. All I want to do is crochet. It's all I really think about. I didn't realise quite how addictive I was going to find it. So I got into it September, October time 2014, so I'm still really new to it. And I'm loving watching crochet videos and regularly scanning for free patterns that I can use, that also I can also sell, because obviously I wouldn't step on copyright laws because I'm not like that. So here I am with my first ever, well, this was the second project I've done. The first one was a load of little granny squares, which I made into a little pram blanket to send off for the Christmas box thing I do each year through the Truzzle Trust. I've also decided anything that doesn't sell on my Etsy I will put to one side and wait until I do a Christmas fair, which I think is the end of October, beginning of November where I live. And then any money, well, some of the money will go to the local charity shop which I work for, which is a breast cancer charity. So I'm really sorry if I rabbit on too much in my videos. I just find it easier to describe things if I sort of just go with the flow, like I'm talking to somebody right in front of me, which I suppose in a way I am. So there's this blanket. A lot of the wool used in my projects are from a magazine I get each month called LGC Knitting and Crochet. It's $8.99 a month, and it comes with 6 balls of wool, crochet hook, knitting needles, and it's got some nice patterns, articles, sometimes money off vouchers for wool shops like Derrimall's, Wool Warehouse, that sort of thing. So I will move this one out the way. So it's got some, well, before I do, I'll just show you the colours a bit closer because that looks a bit better. So that's my first ever big granny square blanket. I'm trying to do it in order that I was doing my project. Sorry, I just wiped the camera again. Sorry, I'm just going to move it without making you feel too sick. And this one is just simple, well, I say simple, it might not be, double crochet with a double crochet join. It's not 100%, it's like I said, it's only my second project, so this is a little dolls or mini babies blanket if you just wanted to cover them and without smothering them too much. So that's the sort of colours in there, if I can show you. So that's that. Then, oh, I've also been getting into doing cows and infinity scarves. I can't show you the infinity scarf as it's a customer order and I'm not sure who she's giving it to, and I would hate for them to see it and think, oh, and it's only a simple infinity scarf with double crochet, but this one is like a shell pattern, and when you're doing it you have it in its strip, and then just before you join it up to that end you sort of give it a twist, so it's got a half twist in it. I found this pattern on Pinterest and I'm really bad because I can't remember which pattern it is, because like I said I've been printing off loads, but it's a really nice shell pattern. So it's all, I'm just trying to look at it, treble stitch, but in a different, you do so many together and then that gives a really nice shell pattern, and this was some of my grandma's stash, and I know it's DK weight, but I haven't got a foggiest if it's wool or acrylic, because she's a bit like me. Well, she was a bit like me, or I'm a bit like she was. Wouldn't always keep the packaging, so keen to make things. Sometimes she would keep the packaging if she knew she was going to maybe run out or wanted to make another one. So that's that one. And I've actually made quite a few things with this wool. I've made this one, I've made 2 hats, and then I used some of it on that blanket which was left over, so I had quite a bit of it. And I really like the colour. It's like a dusky pink. I'm not sure if it's coming up too well on here, so that's that one. And I also gave I'm trying loads of different things to see which I really like doing, but as I love crochet, I'm sort of loving it all. So this is a headband, Alice band, I suppose. I have a really small head, so this is quite big on me. My head's actually like 21.5 inches, so it's quite a small head, and I can even get in like toddlers wear a toddler's hat. It doesn't fit perfectly, but if I'm desperate, then I can sort of pinch one of my friend's kiddie's hats. No, I'm only joking. I wouldn't wear a kiddie's hat out and about. I might be a big kid, but I wouldn't do that. So that's that one. So this is definitely for what I call a proper lady size head, not my teenager head. Mind you, some teenagers are much bigger than me. So that's that one. I have also done a little clutch purse. I've just got to put some poppers on it. Let's get closer. This, yeah, again was wool from that magazine, and I know this one's acrylic, and it came with a 3mm hook, so this has been made on that. So it's come up quite a nice, as you can tell, a nice tight finish. And then there's that. This bit here was actually meant to go over that as a fastening, but I tacked it to see if I liked it or not, and I didn't, so I've used it as a motive on the front. And like I said, I will put some poppers in there to fasten it before it goes out to anyone, if anybody does buy it. So that's that one. It's alright, there's not much more. I don't want anybody thinking, oh god, she's boring us, but I haven't actually, I don't know if I've said, haven't actually been very well. I had a nasty one of my blackouts due to my heart problem, which causes other health problems, so that's why I'm sitting on the floor. Normally sit on the floor and do my videos because it's more comfy for me. So when I had to rest up with my knee, I got on and did a load of little projects. So this wool was just from that kit that I just showed you, which was, if I just show you, it was from this kit here. So it had really nice browns, creams. So I just made these little purses from Hooked on Crochet magazine. Well, it's not really a magazine, it's a book for beginners. I would say more advanced. I could say any crochet level would like this book, and I think it's between £6.99 and £8.99 because I can't remember exactly. And so it's Hooked on Crochet by DMC. And then these little purses, they did their flap in a different way, like this bit here. In their pattern they did a treble stitch, but I didn't like how the end bit was, so for mine I just double crocheted just into the back stitch of the previous row, and then they are fastened up with just a little, quite a simple fastening, and then buttons from my stash. So that's that one. Another one. As you can tell, I've done 4, but I will show you them all closely because I think it's nice to see things as close as you can sort of do them in the video without blurring them or making people feel too sick. And to sew mine up, because it's done in a long strip, and then you have sort of 2 to 3 inches for the flap depending how far you want it to come down. I suppose you could go as long or as wide as you wanted, but I just went with the actual size that said in the pattern. And you can fit a Nokia 3110, that sort of size phone, or a small packet of tissues in them. And then, as I've also had a load of scrap bits of yarn, so I'm just going to turn the camera because it's looking a bit funny. Sorry about that. Hopefully that's better. Obviously I've had loads of scrap bits of yarn, so I thought I would do some little Barbie Cindy dresses. And this pattern came from Mama That Makes, and she's really kind. She lets you have her patterns for free. I mean, you can give a donation, which I must do because I keep forgetting, so the next time I get a pattern off her I am definitely going to give a donation. So she does patterns like for Barbies, premature babies and burial items, so she's a really nice lady. I don't actually know her proper name because she's also on Facebook and stuff, but she does some really lovely items. And I've done these little dresses from her pattern. This is the Peasant 10 one, so you can do the dress as long as short as you want. Some of mine have got belts on, so it's this little bright summery one, creamy one, and like I said, they can have the little belts on them, brown and cream one. I don't always, when I make these, I don't want to be using brand new balls of wool, so like I said, it's really good for using scraps up. This one I've made a bit of a mistake with, because instead of going in like I did on the others, I kept coming down, and I didn't realise until I did my yellow bit just how pointed it was, but I think it's come out quite sweet and a bit jazzy and different. So that's that one. Another one, this was the first one I did. They are all done on 3.75mm hook. So obviously the sizing comes out different depending what wool I have, and you know, whether it's a double or acrylic or 4-ply. That's that one. Yeah, there was quite a bit of leftover yellow yarn, so I hope little girls or boys, because I can't see why boys can't play with dolls. Yellow dresses, and then this little cute one. I think this one's my favourite because teal is my favourite colour, so that's probably why. And then I'm going to finish off with doing, sorry you can see my groovy stripy sock there. Wee! Stripy sock! Ooh. Oh no, you couldn't see it. Stripy sock! Ooh. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. Funny few minutes there, or seconds. Like I said, I treat it as if I'm talking to friends, and I think you should have a bit of fun, and I don't plan to grow up, so let me just flip through. Sorry, I should have planned that a bit better and had it ready on its page, but sometimes I just think, oh, I'm going to do a video, and then I grab something else, put it to one side, and yet I don't plan it ready for when I take it down and put it into the video. Ooh, bit of tissue paper come from somewhere. Get off. Oh, sorry, I'm just having a battle with some tissue paper. Sorry, that was me blowing the tissue paper off. I should also say, if you could hear running water in the background, I've had a problem with my toilet and it just keeps filling with water, so I'm waiting for a plumber to come and look at that. But it sounds like my own personal water feature, a bit tropical, maybe not for where I live. So yet again, I've used one of these Smashbook dividers, an old birthday card, greeting card that somebody gave me, because I'm very lucky and I get friends and family give me their old cards, so it means for my paper crafting I can use it for that, or sometimes I make tags out of them, just depends what crafty mood I'm in. So there's that. Stickers to spell out March, obviously. More of the Project Life cards. This one is from the Blush. This one was from they did a mini Christmas one, but I can't think of its actual proper term, but they do little mini kits as well, which is quite nice if you just want to get some new bits without forking out a fortune. God, that's a mouthful. A little bit from some pyjamas I got, and it says made with love, and I just thought it was quite cute being a crafter to have that in there. Oops, sorry, my pages are, I don't want to play ball. I really like this picture of the duckies, so I didn't want to cover them up, so I just did some journaling there. Used another blush Project Life card there, made it into a little booklet because they've got some which fold over in half, and just tied that with some lace from my stash. And then some journaling here about my accident I had with my knee, so I just wrote about that, as it has shaken me up quite a bit, so I wanted to write about it and try and get past it, but it's taken me a little while. I'm a little bit shaky and stuff like that. It's really making me feel quite nervous. As I don't know if I've said before, I have quite a rare heart problem, so it causes a mixture of health problems. So that's normally why I do my videos on the floor, because it's comfier for me to do. And I'm also not brave enough to put myself on actually looking at you and talking to you. I know I show pictures of myself when I do like my journal stuff, that's fine, but to see me live as such, not quite ready for that. Also put my hospital bracelet in there, and now they've got like a barcode on them, because when I was little and was in hospital, they used to put like a plastic one on with like little poppers on it. I don't know why I'm doing my hands to show you that. And I was a real monkey, I would eat through them, and they were forever changing them. So anyway, that's a bit of an insight into me, and I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope I haven't bored you too much, and I'll be back someone soon.